Sheldon, what is the process now that preseason is done? What happens to some of these guys, and what happens for your hockey club?
Well, there's an obvious transition here for us now, with camp here being concluded. You know, we've got a number of players we're going to be welcoming in. You know, I don't know exactly what that number is going to be, but it's essentially a full team of guys. So, you know, there's clearly going to be a lot of players here that will be joining the Growlers in their camp from here. But, you know, just like every other year since I've been here and how we've run this camp and how it coincides with the way the Leafs run their camp, in that they essentially keep our team, you know, to the very end. It's a good opportunity here for us to work with these guys, get to know them a little bit better, for them to get to know us a little bit better and what we expect, and get their seasons up and running. That's really good. And you know, the thing I really liked about the game today is I thought that against a very good opponent, a lot of AHL players over there, that some guys really stood out well and showed well, and you could really see some separation starting to be there. I didn't think we got that in the first game. I thought everybody was just kind of blended together, and today we started to get to know the guys a lot better in terms of what they're capable of.
If there was a bubble, is there somebody or are there folks who ended up on the inside of it from their play over maybe even this game or over the past week?
I don't think so. For the most part, things are going to play out the way we sort of expected them to. And a lot of that really is just due to the depth of the organization and that sort of thing. But what we would say is some guys really showed well, and we think will be valuable call-ups for us. And they're going to continue to be good players for the Growlers, and some of the newer guys that we've brought in this year, being if they're older or younger players, see the potential. So that's going to be another really good team down there, and there's some really exciting prospects for us to have in our organization.
Nobody wants to be cut or sent down. What's the message to some players, even if they were some of the guys who did show well, if they're still going to the Growlers?
Well, the message really is still that they're important, and that's a tough thing for guys. But this organization is operating a little bit differently than the way that most others operate. So the players that go down there aren't forgotten about. We're going to see them again. Some of them we'll see for call-ups here and there. Some of them will come up and stay up. Some of them will we believe, develop into real NHL prospects and have opportunity to play in the NHL. I think the fact that we've got players such as Rubens and Elenik and how they've progressed through this program really should give everybody that goes to the Growlers confidence that if they continue to work, that they'll be rewarded for it, and also though that they're not going to be forgotten about. The development staff's going to work with them closely. Myself and John Snowden are going to speak often, and I'm going to watch the games, and our staff is going to keep close tabs on what's happening. So everybody that's here is important to the organization, and as I say, a game like today against a real good and competitive opponent, it was nice to see our guys compete, and I thought we were right there all the way through the game. Found a way to tie it, and then it gets away on us, but there was a lot of good stuff going on out there.
Does the Growlers tint to the score sheet today? I mean, Power, Bradley, O'Brien, does that kind of speak to that organizational depth?
Yeah, definitely does. Those are some of the more experienced guys. When I say experience, not just pro experience. Obviously, O'Brien has that. Power, maybe not so much. And Bradley, just 1 year or pro, but they're older guys in Power and O'Brien. But Bradley is a younger player, but was a valuable part of that playoff run that they had last year, and I know that they really value what he brought to them. And same with me, both in rookie tournament and here. You can rely on a guy like that. So nice to see those guys make their mark for sure.
What did you think of the way Joe Woll played?
I thought he was outstanding. My first time seeing him live, the athleticism he has is off the charts. He's never out of a play, and he competes extremely hard, plays with a lot of urgency. So that was really nice to see from him for sure. So, we like what we have in that, and I think he was as advertised in terms of what his potential is to be an NHL goaltender, but also to be a player that's going to make some noise in the American League this year.
Sheldon, can you talk a bit about Justin Brazeau, what you've seen in him, and how important the Maple Leafs development camp was for him as he goes on throughout the season?
Yeah, well, he's put in a lot of work, really, since the moment that he was signed last season. We didn't see him with the Marlies necessarily, but he was in the building a lot of days, and he was getting work on his own, and he was doing his thing, and that hasn't stopped for him. Right since that time, he was in all through the summer, and whether it's development staff on the ice or the strength coaches off the ice, he's put in a lot of work. Another guy that just the more you see him play, you start to really see the intangibles that he has, and there's a lot to be excited about there. So a lot of reasons to continue to work with him.
I remember asking you about Aaron Lucic earlier in the week, and you said this weekend was a chance for you to familiarize yourself with him. What did you see out of him in the 2 games?
Well, I thought he was a lot better today, like a lot of the guys were. Like I said, the first game was really difficult to distinguish anyone because we were not very good as a group. But today, I thought he skated a lot better with the puck, and he was a lot more involved. So that's really good to see, and that's encouraging for sure. And I think if he's learned anything since he's been here in this organization, is that there's a lot of depth and there's a lot of competition, and he's going to have to be really good and consistent every day.